Hey there, this is Adam Dewji in PIDP 3240. I'll be teaching you how to create a modern-looking basic resume in Microsoft Word. Outside of LinkedIn, which you might use online, a lot of employers still want a hard copy resume, and hiring is a business decision, which means they're looking for something nice looking, communicates easily, or they might skip to the next resume. So I'm going to walk through the process. This is all going to get done in the next 8 minutes or so, maybe less. And yeah, that's all you need. We're just going to go for the bare bones. So I'm going to start with my name before we do any formatting, Adam Dewji. I'll type in an email address, for example, adamdewji@email.com, a phone number, 604-555-5555. All right, let's start off with some headings. What do they want to see first? Probably my experience. And let's say I'm going for an office administration position. So I'll hit enter here. And where have I had experience? I don't know, but first thing we want to do is we'll indent this a little bit. And instead of hitting the tab key like you normally would, what we're going to do is move up here where it says left indent, the little tiny rectangle under there. Click and drag that right by 1/2 inch. Now, this is where we're going to start. It kind of structures it and moves it down into its own separate section. So, my experience. Let's say I was an office administrator, if I can spell. Office administrator. There we go. At Purdy's Chocolatier. I have worked for Purdy's for a number of years, so this is not necessarily made up. And after office administrator, what we're going to do is just hit enter. And we'll start a bulleted list to show what I did there. So we can type in managed tasks and staff in the office in a timely and professional manner. This is all being made up here. Created and maintained appointments for VP of Sales, and greeted and worked with customers arriving for large pickups. Let's just say those are 3 tasks that I did. Now, what we're going to focus on next is my volunteer experience. Let's say I've got some volunteer experience while I was in college. Let's adjust those tabs again to make it look kind of nice. Let's say I was a college radio host at CJSF Radio. Yes, I used to be a college radio host at CJSF Radio. I'm going to hit enter, another bulleted list, hosted nightly shows with mixed music and talk, managed requests through the phone, politely with callers, and let's say, what else did I do while I was there? Acted as management when management was not in. Okay, let's say I've got some experience, I've got some volunteer experience. The third thing I want to tell them is that I'm educated. I've got some education. I went to school for this. So we're going to adjust those tabs again. Let's say I've got an office administration diploma from Vancouver Community College. Out of all places. Let's get that bulleted list going. Graduated in 2013. Now, I do not have an office administration diploma, but this is for the sake of example. And let's hit enter a couple of times. We'll go closer to the bottom. References available on request. Now, this is all made up. This is example content, but you can see how this could potentially work in a real resume. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right click. I highlighted this text. I'm going to copy it just for the sake of filling space. That's all I'm doing here. I'm going to move this to the right again. Right click and paste. Now let's change that title. Let's say I was office assistant. And where did I work? Let's say Vancouver Chocolate Place, because I love chocolate. That's not a real company. Now you see this is pretty filled out. It's got a lot of content. Now let's make it look pretty. Let's select a good font that we can work with. I've got a lot of fonts on my computer, but I want to select one that I know that everyone will have. One of the most basic fonts you can get is Arial. That comes with almost every computer nowadays, and I want to make sure that I do something that everyone can relate to. What I want them to see first? I want them to see my name first. So I'm going to increase the size, maybe make it to good 24. And I'm going to bold it. That's right, my name goes straight at the top and they go, ooh, who's this Adam Dewji guy? It's catching my eye, I might as well read on. There's his email, there's his phone number, blah, blah. I want to see what he's done. Why am I looking at this resume? Well, let's take this experience. Let's underline that. That kind of adds a little oomph. Let's make sure we bold our position. Not necessarily where we worked, but we want to bold the position because you could work anywhere, but if you say that you're the office administrator, that relates directly to what I'm applying to. So you want to have the most recent or the most relevant experience at the top. I didn't put any dates in here because depending on what kind of resume you're going to make, whether it's chronological, which means the most recent experience comes first, or whether you're making a relevant resume where the most relevant experience comes first. Because I could be working as a dishwasher right now, but what I'm really trying to communicate is that I have been an office administrator in the past. So if I want to add some dates, I can just add a space there. Maybe at the end of Purdy's Chocolatier, I can add May 2009 to, let's say, August 2011. There, that's very easy to read. Adam Dewji, Office Administrator, May 2009 to August 2011. And just like that, you can make that bold. You can add in dates for this. You can say June 2006 to April 2009. That'll add the dates together. And you can say college radio host. How about we bold that? Underline this. And now you kind of understand the point of all this. So you've got some structure, you've got some layout. It looks a little bit more professional. You can just say 2004 to 2006 here. You don't need to specify your dates if you don't want to. And you can bold your diploma because that is very relevant. Add in some more space if you want. And there you go. What we're going to do is we're just going to hit View, one page. You can see it all looks nice and centered. That looks like a pretty nice resume. That's something that I would look at. And there you go. This is a resume in Microsoft Word.